Eki here, January update on my NHL 23 strategies. First, if you're just here to copy my strategies, here you go. All lines behind the net, here's the sliders, you can pause the video if you wanted. Team strategies, yes. And now let's go into detail. Offensive lines, my every line is behind the net. In this game there's so many dangerous scoring opportunities from behind the net, so I feel like you are just missing out if you don't play behind the net. Sliders I've been struggling with the whole year. I've been going back and forth all over the place, and about 3 weeks ago I got sick of it. I put everything to the middle. I thought that I will not freaking focus on the sliders. Dude, if you have the slider on maximum or middle in any of these, it freaking doesn't matter, man. You just need to get used to one set of strategies. Two things I did really want to do when I played everything on middle. I wanted carry. I tried to put maximum on carry. Meant minimum. I've been struggling in zone entries against good players for ages. And the reason for that might be because I've been running this on middle or maximum for the last like 18 months or something. Carry dump on 0. Cycle shoot efficiency. I will not touch these sliders the entire rest of the year. For both of these you get different advantages having this on maximum and the bottom. I've talked about this plenty of times. Check my last strategy video if you want more in detail what this do. Yeah, I just have this at middle cause it just gives me the perfect amount of everything, basically. I don't have to think about it. Block is on 0 cause I just don't want my players running around. I've done this since late NHL 21. I did the exact same thing in my defense, everything on middle, but it's harder for your opponent to enter the zone if you have pinch. But in this game, we all know when your defenders just freeze at the blue line and let your opponents skate full speed past you. It happens so much less when you just have your pinch on 0. Your defenders won't pinch up, they usually just drop back, which limits your opponents from having easy scoring opportunities. Same thing with cycle shoot, still on middle, same reasons as in the offensive lines. Overall, messing with your sliders affects your gameplay so much because your players act totally different when you move the sliders around. And like I said before, I think the best thing to do is just to learn one set of sliders and just play with them. That's what I'm really trying to do here. When you lose, it's not up to your freaking strategies, it's up to you. Like, remember that. If you're struggling, just put everything on middle. Trust me, everything on middle is perfectly fine. Defensive strategies, I've been trying a trap recently, but with a bit of forecheck. In this game, in your own zone, it's so tough to defend. I feel like playing a good neutral zone is a must. My neutral zone and defensive strategy are the things I really don't know yet. This will probably change next week. 1-4 full passive is not great in this game. I feel like people with couple passes with full speed can get through the trap pretty nicely, but if you put a bit of forecheck in the trap, your players are a bit more active. I feel like it's a bit harder to pass through the trap. I don't like to forecheck in this game because that just gives your opponent free zone entries, which absolutely kills you in this game. Defensive pressure, protect net, defensive strategy, stack accurate. I think last time we did this I had collapsing and protect net. In this NHL, I don't know if you've noticed, but your wingers won't come down to help your defenders at all, even if you have collapsing. This is something that has changed from the couple last NHLs and I just don't understand it. It's the #1 reason why behind the net plays are so OP this year. Because even with collapsing, your wingers won't come down. They don't help your defenders. That's why I'm running stacker red. Because collapsing and stacker red, there's really not a difference. I like the defenders' positions a bit more maybe with stacker red. That's why I'm playing stacker red over collapsing. The main thing is to defend behind the net. That's the #1 thing in this game. You have to know how to defend those front post passes, those cuts in front. Yeah, so you basically just need to cover the posts and in front of the net. And if you want to know what Rex plays, the best North American player, at least right now, he plays high pressure collapsing, which I don't really love, but it's decent as well. Offensive strategy, this is something that is pretty set in my mind. Last time I showed you my strategies, I had conservative 3 high and leaves on early. Yeah, I'm just trying to be more stable now. Have my players lower, like at all times, be ready to defend at all times. Maybe play with the puck a bit more, play a slower style. And I feel like this is something I most likely will have the entire year. At least standard and strong side slant. Quick breakout you can always kinda go whatever you want. I played full attack for about a month. I scored some goals of counter attacks, but again, the big issue is with full attack. I just think zone entries are so tough. You get goals what you won't get any other way from counterattacks with full attacks, because your players are just going all the way up. But it takes away from your defense, it takes away from your zone entries. I played with full attack for 3 years from NHL 18 when I won the GWC to NHL 20. So I have very good history with full attack, but it's just not for me anymore. Again, if you want to know what Rex plays, Rex actually plays just 3 high full attack and leaves on early. He goes all out on on offense, on counter-attacks. But again, I feel like this is not an optimal way to play. So everyone, there's my January strategy update. I feel like these are sort of the strategies I will be playing with the entire year. All the important tournaments are just starting up. I need to figure out, you know, my strategies and just practice with them. The main thing is not to try to switch them up. If you're wondering if I've changed any of these, you can always come through to my live stream on Twitch. Ask me in the chat, show your strategies, and I will always show you my newest ones. Also, some of you ask for my settings all the time, so here you go. Camera angle is classic. I switched between classic and overhead, so you might see me with overhead every now and then, but I like classic more at the moment. Here are all the other camera settings. And also, here are my controller settings. Skill stick, of course. No auto backskate, no auto hustle. Vibration off, and pass assist at 100. I see some of you running this at like 99 or 95 or 90. It's just like, for me, the more assist the game gives you, the better. So just take the maximum, man. So yeah, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic day and see you next time.